Hello everybody, thank you so much for watching Where It Was Sim again. Hope you guys are all having a great day so far. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the tropics and even the storm that's going to be coming in before and after Thanksgiving. So we'll have to really keep our eye on the storm system, but we have continued to see changes the last couple of days and even today. So we'll keep watching the storm system, but we are definitely concerned on the tropics because we do have another chance of development, but only a 10 in the next 7 days, which isn't really very likely. But if this does develop, that will definitely be kind of a concern, but I don't think it will, especially because no one was really talking about that area very much of development, and neither was the Climate Prediction Center. But down here to the Caribbean area or south of the Caribbean islands, we actually do have this area of development, and we do have a 50% chance of development during the next 7 days, but even a 30% chance during the next 48 hours. So this has downgraded quite a bit. I'm just saying that this has downgraded quite a bit, which definitely indicates that this isn't really going to be a super big concern anymore. I mean, this could re-upgrade again if this system chooses to really develop, but we'll continue to monitor this area. But as we do take a look at the advisories, warnings, and even watches, we do have some coastal flood warnings and even advisories in effect for LA and even Alabama too as well. So I mean, it's pretty significant that we do kind of see some flooding, and it says significant coastal flooding in warned areas, minor flooding in advisory areas. Overall, introduction of 1 to 3 feet possible. Wow, 1 to 3 feet is a lot. So we'll have to keep watching, but what that means is that as waves come on shore, they'll make the storm surge pretty high. So we'll have to really keep our eye on that if we can. But we're going to look at Southern Florida because that's our next big concern. And as we look at that, we actually have a lot of warnings, advisories, and even statements and watches too as well. So I mean, this is just going to be nuts. But we do have flood warnings in effect for quite a bit of the coast of Florida. This might mean coastal flooding possible, and we're actually gonna. Whoops, did I click on the wrong thing? I think I might click on the wrong one, but we're gonna go back, and we're gonna go to here again, and I need to click on the green color, so we're gonna click there. Okay. Oh, I don't know why it's not pulling up those flood warnings. I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about those, but I'm not really sure why it isn't pulling up. That's weird, but I mean, we'll definitely have to monitor this. But I think I know what we can do. I think we just click on this area and then we click on the flood warning. Okay. I think that's how you do it. So let's see. We're gonna go ahead and look at that, and it says minor flooding is occurring and minor flooding is forecasted. It says at 2.3 feet, many docks become submerged along the river in the canals in the Astor community. Water enters yards of properties on Bartram Road, Holiday Circle, and along Wild Hog Road on the lake countryside. In Volusia County, water encroaches yards of homes on the riverside of Alice Drive. No wake zones are in effect from near the South Moon Canal to approximately 800 feet south of the River Butte launch. I might have said those words wrong, but that's okay because some people struggle on some of those words too as well. But I mean, the main thing to be worried about is that these waves will probably come up, will probably be on shore pretty far, bringing some possible minor flooding. And I don't know if I'm going to be going live for this today or not, but we'll continue to monitor this. But we even got those special weather statements, which means high fire danger across eastern Kentucky, eastern Tennessee, and even central Indiana. We got those high wind watches and warnings across eastern Wyoming, and then we even got some advisories in effect. Climate Prediction Center outlook, as we do take a look at this, we're going to start at the 6 to 10 day outlook, and as you do see, we are going to see below average temperatures for a pretty good portion of the United States. We are going to even see above for the west coast, and then we'll see below average precipitation for the west coast, which will be a concern because I mean I don't know if they really seen a whole lot of rain yet, because I mean the models did really show that they were going to see a significant amount of rain, but now they're going to see below average precipitation. So we'll have to really watch, but I mean that will at least increase the fire danger a little bit, especially in the areas that haven't really seen precipitation for a long time. But we are even seeing some above for Florida, which kind of makes sense because I mean they're already seeing above average precipitation. And yesterday I did look up the average for November, and it told me 2.5 inches, which is the average, of which is 2.5 inches, guys. Isn't that just nuts? Like, I mean, we're seeing well above average precipitation, especially 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 across that area. So it's literally only 2.5 inches, I'm pretty sure. So I mean that's just nuts. And then we're gonna see like 9 inches of rain occurring in Florida today. So that's 6 inches above the normal average. But before, I probably should have showed you guys this yesterday, but this actually hasn't started yet. This actually starts at 7 a.m. Central Time, and so as we look at this is in effect for the Miami region and even Hollywood, even Coral Springs, and then even Homestead. So places like that are in effect, even Miami Beach. So if you live in this popular area, I just call it that because Miami is really popular. But if you live in this like popular area, make sure you are being on super high alert for flash flooding. And let's see, and before we forget, I do want to look at something. We're gonna go back to the Climate Prediction Center. Look at this. We're gonna go to the storm. No, no, no. I did not mean. I wasn't. I didn't meant to go there. We're gonna go back, and we need to go to the Weather Prediction Center. There we go. And I wanted to read you guys about the flash flood thread, and it says, for a moderate risk, numerous flash floods likely. Numerous flash flood event with significant event possible. Many streams may flood, potentially affecting large rivers. So if you look at that, photos, that's definitely significant flooding. But I don't think this is gonna upgrade to a high risk, but you can even pause the video and you guys can read the rest of these. I'm just gonna wait a second so you guys can pause the video, but yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the radar, and as you see, it starts out pretty showery and maybe a few isolated thunderstorms across this area, especially across the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes region. Then as that finally heads out, we'll kind of start to see another round. This one seems to be a little bit more widespread and even extreme because of the yellow color, but that could definitely indicate some heavier rain and maybe even a brief thunderstorm. And then as we go ahead and take this forward, we will start to see kind of a round of snowfall for the lower Ohio Valley and even central Ohio Valley, and then we'll have to see what it looks like. But for how it was looking looking with the GFS model, there is a possibility that we start the month of December with a small snowstorm, or maybe we start the end of November with a small storm, depending on how this really plays out. But we're going to go ahead and look at the total snowfall. So anywhere from now to December 1, we're talking about an inch of snow for southern Indiana, getting into southern Ohio, and then even some other areas too as well. But we're even seeing some pretty active snowfall across New England. I don't know if this is going to become historic or not, but for how much we're already seeing into Pennsylvania and even New York, I mean, we will definitely have to monitor this closely, very, very closely. But we're going to just go ahead and take a look at the jet stream forecasts. We're going to go ahead and start off with right now, and we're going to go ahead and take this forward. And as you see, we kind of start to see some pretty good jet stream across this area. I did use the 850 millibar jet stream today, so that one was different compared to the last one that I used. But we're gonna go ahead and take this forward again, and as you kind of see, not really being very active. I mean, calmer weather across a lot of this area, but definitely watching for some snowstorm to occur across these areas. So we'll have to monitor this extremely closely, but we'll keep watching, okay? But we'll go ahead and take a look at the temperature outlook, and we're going to just go ahead and start off with today around the 0. And we're going to go ahead and take this forward, and as you see, it will warm up pretty nice. I mean, very pleasant, especially in the 60s, very pleasant. And then as that finally heads out, there'll be another pleasant day, maybe slightly warmer, maybe getting up to 70. So I mean, we'll see some pretty pleasant weather, definitely. But then the 60s finally heads out, then we start to see a brief cool down. That kind of makes it hard for that warmer to get in as that cold front is pushing through. Then as soon as that cold front pushes all of that warm air out, then we start to see pretty well below average temperatures. And if you look, we're even seeing that for Florida, because look, we're seeing 40s, 80s. That's pretty well below average, actually. And then I mean, yeah, I mean, we will see a warm up pretty fast, but and I mean, we'll continue to monitor this closely, but yeah, we're talking freezing for the Ohio Valley areas. But yeah, but before I forget, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the precipitation anywhere from now to December 1st. We expect a whole lot of precipitation for the Panhandle, Florida, into southern Alabama, and then even across southern Mississippi and LA, or Louisiana rather, and then we are even seeing quite a bit for southern Florida. For some reason, the models aren't really showing that we'll be seeing a whole lot of rainfall for Florida, but for how it's looking like, I think the reason why we have that moderate risk is because of flooding. So with those like gusty winds and stuff like that, it will bring storm surge pretty high, especially for how this is really playing out. Because as you guys probably saw, we got those coastal flood warnings and advisories in effect. So I mean, winds mixed with heavy rain, and then even a few other things like thunderstorms. We're definitely talking some flash flooding down here. So it's not just caused by rain, and that's not the only reason why we're having the moderate risk. It's also because of the waves, because we actually did have those wind advisories in effect down here, if I forgot to say that. But thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Thank you guys very much for subscribing to my channel. It makes me happy a lot. Also, make sure you guys are being aware of flash flooding down here in southern Florida, if any of my viewers do live down here. So make sure you guys are being aware of that, and I will do one tomorrow.